Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the Jeep Compass Longitude O diesel automatic version, and I'm going to do an owner's review and the driving experience of this vehicle in Bangalore, in the Bangalore's chaotic traffic conditions and lunar craters. And then we'll talk about whether this vehicle is the ultimate urban SUV for a city like Bangalore, or it's a head over a heart kind of an experience. So let's get down to the basics. We'll cut down the talk about the brochure and head straight into the driving experience part of it. Now, the gearbox, how does the 9-speed ZF torque converter handle the bumper to bumper crawling? What's the ride quality? Testing the frequency selective damping on Bangalore's infamous potholes. We also going to talk about the mileage, the real numbers you get when you're stuck on the outer ring road for 2 hours for a 30-minute crawl. The ultimate value for money. I mean, do you really need the top end Model S, or you can do it a lower version like Longitude O? And what are the maintenance specs for this one? So let's get down to the basics. Now, I'll be very honest here. Driving a diesel automatic in Bangalore is certainly a mixed bag of absolute comfort and utter frustration. The gearbox 9-speed ZF in bumper to bumper traffic, that is from Silkboard towards Martha Alley or from Tin Factory to Martha Alley, the 9-speed torque converter is smooth, but at points you can find it really lazy. It sometimes kind of hunts for that right gear at low speeds in the range of 20 to 40 kilometers per hour. It's not a dual clutched DCT, so don't expect lightning fast shifts, but it's stress free for your left leg. Now remember, this vehicle is not at all made for drag races. So if you are really in a hurry to close the gap between yourself and the vehicle in front of you, you will be utterly frustrated because the time that the gear takes to respond to the changes in speed, in that same time a bike or an auto rickshaw will quickly zoom in and close that gap. So the best posture for you is just to drive it and be relaxed. Let the vehicle take control of itself on its own rather than you having to really do any maneuvers, because that's not required. Like I said, it's a little lazy and laid back, but it's bliss. Now, the crawl factor, the diesel automatic has a strong creep function. So when you are in crawling traffic, you will find yourself mostly modulating the brake rather than the accelerator. It so happens to me that when I'm commuting in this kind of a traffic, I rarely care about accelerating. I'm just spending hours modulating the brake, and the vehicle takes care of itself. When it comes to the engine noise, the 2-liter Multijet 2, it's a masterpiece, but it's vocal. But you don't have to worry about that because it has excellent insulation in the inside. So when you're inside the vehicle and shut the doors, you have no cabin noise or whatsoever. Now let's come to the handling of the pothole capital, the lunar craters in Bangalore. I think this is where the Compass justifies its price tag, and this is where what I like most about this vehicle. The FSD, or frequency selective damping, the suspension is the star for this vehicle. Unlike softer SUVs like the Creta or Seltos that might thud or bounce over these craters, the Jeep Compass, it feels like a plush tank. It's a luxury tank. At low speed versus high speed, on small ripples and broken Bangalore interior roads, the ride is slightly firm. However, as you pick up speed on the outer ring road or nice road or just outside the highways, it flattens everything. It doesn't crash into potholes, it rounds them off. With a ground clearance of 178 mm laden, you have to be slightly careful with those unscientific mounting speed breakers around HSR layout, but generally it clears them without breaking a sweat. Now let's come to the most important part, the mileage. Be prepared to address this honestly, because when I drive this vehicle, I expected it to be around, let's say, 10 or 12. But to my frustration, and to be very honest with everyone, the maximum I got till date in bumper to bumper traffic is 8, or between 7 and 8, or maybe 8.4. I never reached that 9 mark on my mileage meter. So the sweet spot, where does it lie? You get the iconic 10.1-inch touchscreen and the premium dashboard layout without paying the price of the Model S or the limited premium. There might be a few features missing here and there, like the ventilated seats or the 360-degree camera, which is actually very helpful for tight parking spots. But I never needed to use those, so I have been living without those premium features. However, the verdict: if you are buying this for the spec sheet, you will be a little disappointed. However, if you are buying it for how it feels when you hit a crater at 40 kilometers per hour and feel absolutely nothing, or how it holds its line on an expressway, then there is nothing else in this segment that touches this version of the Jeep Compass. So that was my opinion on how the Jeep Compass Longitude O diesel automatic handles Bangalore's traffic and craters. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, and watch out for more videos like